Hello, it's Bobby aka Paginator, and we have quite a large thrifting haul today. So it's the weekend, and I had really wanted to go thrifting, and I was going to go to Goodwill. The thing is where I live, so let's pretend this is my town right here. Goodwill is an hour this way. And then there's another thrift store called New to You that's about 40 minutes that way. I had plans to go this way to Goodwill, and I was gonna do some thrifting there, and maybe like go get a haircut because there's a place that's open on Saturdays, and all this stuff. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to go this way this time because of a absolute tragedy. There was a massive accident on the way to the city where the Goodwill is. There is a tunnel that goes through a mountain, okay? And you're only in the tunnel for like about 45 seconds when you're driving through. It's not that big, but unfortunately some really awful things happened there. There was a massive crash which led to a fire, and some people were trapped inside, and it was absolutely horrific. And of course I've been praying for those people and such, but I still did want to do something that I loved today on Saturday, and so I decided to go to the thrift store that's this way. And the items that you can see on the desk in front of me actually didn't come from the thrift store. I stopped in at the library there because they always have a book sale going on and different things, and I picked up 2 items at their little sale. All the benefits go to support the library. We have this book that's 12 poets, William Shakespeare, John Donne, William Wordsworth, John Keats, Robert Browning, Emily Dickinson, and others. And I liked the book because not only is it poetry, like classic poetry, but I mean there's someone handwritten notes in here, which is kind of cool. But mostly I just love the aged patina like coloring of the pages, and these will be great for collaging and that kind of stuff. And then they also had a table out of records, like vinyl albums, vinyl records, and this was a set, and it cost me $3 for everything in this box. So I mean, first of all, the box is super cute, and inside we have La Boheme. Now this is the first opera that I ever saw, was La Boheme. I was lucky enough to get to see it in the theater. I had been at this particular theater in my hometown growing up to see several musicals and stuff, but this was the first opera that I saw there. And here we have all the words in that looks like they're in English and in French, which is very cool. Look, there's a beautiful picture. This has got to be one of the actresses that played it. Here's some scanned sheet music. More actresses here. So mostly I got it for this book. But then there also are a couple of records, and I happen to have a record player. It's not technically mine, it belongs to the school, but nobody else uses it. It's been sitting in our workroom, our teacher workroom, for ages, and I emailed everybody. I said, does anybody know where this record player came from or use it? And nobody knew, so I snatched it, and I'm going to use it in my classroom somehow. Maybe I will play them a portion of the La Boheme record so they can experience some opera, because my kids live in Wyoming in the middle of nowhere, and opera is just not a thing where we live. Now we're going to move into the stuff that I got at the thrift store, and I'm warning you now, it's a lot, so maybe grab a snack or a beverage or both and get comfy, because this might take a while. First up, I think we'll start with the clothing items that I got to repurpose, and we have this skirt that's white, and it's like kind of in different bands. So we have this section that's got little floral things, and then this section that's got some vertical lines, and it's all just like different embroidery patterns. So I thought this could be sectioned out to create something really cool, or use like for snippets or, who knows. I have 2 scarves. This is an infinity scarf, and I really loved the colors on this, and I thought, I wonder if this would be a fun color palette for Craftoween next year. We've got kind of the lime green, the different purples, this orangey piece. This could be like my cover for Craftoween next year, possibly. I think it's coming off more blue in the viewfinder on the camera than it is. It's really more purple, but either way, it's kind of a fun pattern. And this is the other scarf, and I had an idea to do maybe something kind of cozy with like this wrapped around a portion of the cover, maybe as the closure. I'm not sure. I mean, I have like a box of things that are possible closures for journals, so I didn't really need another one, but this is $1.50 and it's really pretty, so I got it. Next we have some neckties. Now, one of my coworkers said, while you're thrifting, if you see some fun men's neckties, would you grab them for my son? And I said, absolutely. Her son is an absolute hoot. He is a freshman this year, and he's about 9 feet tall. Maybe not that tall, but he's a very tall young man, and he's a delight. And I thought, you know what? For Brody, I'll do it. So I picked up some ties, and if he doesn't like any of them, I'll just keep them for fabric scraps or doing something, I don't know. So we have this one that looks a little bit more vintagey. It's kind of brown with some orange and stuff stripes. And then we have another one that's kind of orangey with these florals. I think her son wants just like a necktie collection for dress up days. And the basketball team and the football team have to dress up. He wants to have some ties, stuff specifically for basketball. So this one's got some like teal and gray and different stripes. Then we've got some purple and gray here, and then plain purple. Next we have a shirt that had this gorgeous embroidering with cutouts. So this is on the back of the shirt. We've got some on the sleeves, and then down the front here. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna make out of this, but it's gonna be cool. This is just it's a shirt, but it's just these gorgeous flowers. And I mean, I can easily separate the flowers or, use pieces of this to decorate with. So easy decide to purchase that one. And then 2 more items for the clothing. We have 2 pairs of jeans. This is from a brand called Cowgirl Tough, which I'm familiar with my family being involved in rodeo and that kind of stuff. The bling on the pockets is super fun, but really what sold it for me on this one was the color of the denim and the wash. It's just a little bit lighter with some dark spots here and there, and these little sequins pop up every now and again, so you could even like cut pieces of this for journal covers or what have you, and have a little bit of bling sprinkled in with the denim, which is super fun. And then we have one more pair of jeans. This is by Miss Me. It looks like maybe a teen size, I don't know. And then have these pockets that, like, the stitching on here just makes it look kind of, I don't want to say grungy, but a little bit more on the grungy side than the last pair we saw for sure. Although there is some bling and stuff as well. I just like them. I always love making denim journal covers, so it's good to find some more jeans to add to my collection for those. This is a very large basket. Okay, so you have this nice, great big basket, and this was $7, which I think is good for this price because it is massive. It will hold the 12 by 12 papers and stuff like that. So I snatched that up, and then let's look at some of the stuff that we saw inside. So we have this crocheted snowflake. Now this was 50 cents, and I had to get it because my Aunt Ladon, my dad's sister, makes these as Christmas tree ornaments, and she made a set for my mom, and my mom, unfortunately, will not let them go. So I wanted my own that reminded me, and even though my aunt didn't make this one, I could look at it and think of her. I feel like she would approve. I will have to call her later and say, hey, look what I found. This was 25 cents. These are some silkscreen prints that have little angels on fabric, and so this will go into my Christmas project box. This pack was $3, and we've got a whole bunch of vintage like little hooks for jewelry and clothes fastening and stuff. Like, these little hooks go into dresses or stuff that you want to make fancy hooks for, I guess. I'm not explaining this well because I'm also not a dressmaker, but I mean, mainly I got this because of the vintage paper that they're on, but I mean, the hooks are still usable. Look at this, it's so old it's just falling apart, but hooks and patent loops. So if nothing else, I can use these like a button card and just leave the hooks on them, or I can give these to my mom and say, you can have all the hooks if I can keep the cards. Because my mom does do a lot of sewing, and she's in the process of making a leather dress for my niece. Leather dress. My niece does rodeo queening, and the new thing now, well, it's actually been around for quite a while, but if you're going to seriously compete in high school rodeo and stuff, you need to have a leather dress. So, yeah, anyway, all this to say, we have a lot of gorgeous cards with some hooks that may or may not get used for their original purpose. If I do take these to my mom and say, do you want all the hooks and I'll keep the cards, she's going to be like, what on earth? I'm still not entirely sure if my family understands what I do with the junk journals. And that's okay, they don't need to. Yeah, that bag is destroyed. I will find a different bag to put these in, but for now, they'll sit on my little shelf right here. Okay, these, there's $2 for a pack of these, and they're like 12 by 12 sheet protectors, but divided into 6 pieces. And I had an idea for making these into ephemera holder kind of things. So, I mean, for $2, you might as well give it a try, even if my idea fails. And then I have 1 pack of scrapbook paper. This store has a really awesome craft section, and there's usually at least scrapbook paper and stamps there. They had a ton of stamps. I didn't buy any this time. Most of their stamps are woodblock stamps, and for me to buy a woodblock stamp, because it takes up so much extra room for storage, it has to be really amazing on the design, and I just didn't find any that I felt like I wanted that badly. This scrapbook paper, though, look at how beautiful this is, like a vintage letter or something, and let's see, it's just one-sided, and I think it's the same print all the way through. This is the kind of thing where you can tear up 4 pieces and do collaging, that kind of thing. So it was too pretty to not get. Okay, this book I got, it is 1000 Artisan Textiles, Contemporary Fiber Art Quilts and Wearables, and someone had left a sticky note in here that said ideas for covered buttons with some page numbers. So they must have been a covered button maker. The reason I decided to go ahead and grab this book is because of just all the images of fabric. Because I love using fabric a lot, but I don't love the bulk it creates. So wouldn't it be cool to just have some images of different fabric pieces? Like, look at this. This is a pieced quilt of a gorgeous forest scene. I could cut that out and add it into a journal. Okay. We've got some flags. Oh, someone's made a copy of a couple of these. Like this. I mean, that's just gorgeous. And it might also give me some ideas for some different fabric things that I could do, because I'm looking at this going, okay, I see how they did that. They cut some strips, and then they did a running stitch through them to ruffle them a little bit here. But this piece isn't cut at all. Yeah, I'm analyzing, I know. Move on with the pictures. Next, we have a couple of items that are a little bit kind of like a mystery box. This was all wrapped up and you couldn't unwrap it. It was $6. It's this massive binder. It is crazy heavy. And the only thing I could think was, well, what if there's something amazing in here? I have to get it. Last night when I was trying to fall asleep and couldn't, because, you know, my teenage students at school are such delightful creatures that they always give you amazing things to think about or things to like be angry about when you're falling asleep. Anyway, I was kind of dwelling on something and I thought, okay, I'm going to turn on Margaret's channel, Seven Plaza, and watch some of her thrifting hauls. And she had gotten this binder of stuff that she wasn't sure what's inside, and she opened it. It was this like collection of vintage chromos, and I'm pretty sure that that's not what's going to be in here because this is Plastic Canvas Club, but you never know what might be inside. There could be something amazing in here. And worst case scenario, I spent $6 on a binder. Let's see what's inside this thing. Okay. Looks like we have some pattern books for plastic canvas Christmas ornament. Victorian bookmates. Okay. Now, I don't work with plastic canvas at all, but the book papers, I mean, some of these might be fun to collage with and things, so far so good. Romance and Roses. Fanfare. Pattern Portfolio Organizer. So someone is or was a member of this Plastic Canvas Club. Every month you'll receive 24 pages of exclusive, never-before-seen plastic canvas projects in 2 loosely patterned assortment packets designed to fit in our specially designed ring binder. Huh. This is cool. Like a subscription box for these kind of crafters. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of pictures and things. Now, I'm going to be honest, probably a lot of this is going to go in the garbage. I can repurpose the dividers for sure. Some of the papers I might keep for collaging. It just kind of depends. Oh my gosh, flashback. Check out this Barbie with her 80s shoulder pads. Like, making those manly shoulders stick out. My mom used to make clothes for my Barbies. I have a really awesome Barbie house. I'm going to show you guys sometime. My grandpa made it for me. So my grandma that died recently, so it's that side, my dad's side of the family, she and grandpa used to make us these amazing gifts when they had a small amount of grandchildren. After the family kind of exploded, they stopped doing this, but they made me a doll house. Grandpa built it out of wood, and then grandma painted it and added some wallpaper and stuff, and it's now mine. Well, it's always been mine, but it lived at grandma's house for a long time for the great-grandkids to play with. And now that she's gone, I have it back, kind of. It's at my parents' house right now because it's really heavy, and I need someone to help me lift it out of my car. Any of my high school kids will do this for me. I just need to, like, get my dad to help me put it in the car one of the times when I'm visiting, and then I'll get one of those guys to come lift it out so that my plan is, and tell me what you think about this. My plan for this dollhouse is to sand it down, repaint it, add some more modern looking wallpaper and carpet, and then it's going to be gifted to my oldest niece, who is also named after my grandma. And she and her sisters can use it, and then when she has kids, she'll be able to use it. If she doesn't have any girls, she has 3 other sisters, maybe one of them will have girls, and we'll just keep passing it on. Okay, that was a big sidetrack. Okay, look at this big fold-out pattern. Okay, this could be, we could make some fun signature pages for like a colorful junk journal. I'm thinking kind of maybe like a poppy kids theme maybe or something. Some of these images could be fun focal points, like this Hawaiian girl. I still haven't made my junk journal about my trip to Hawaii. I know, it's been ages. This must have been so much fun for whoever this was, like, to get these patterns every month. It's kind of like for me when I got the I used to get a subscription box that was full of junk journaling stuff, and it was like, ooh, a box of possibilities. I love it. Yeah, no. I'm not going to wear seashell jewelry made out of plastic canvas. But you know what? If somebody else wants to, that's great. Okay, I don't think I need to go through this whole entire thing in the video because it will take so long. Let's just do kind of a quick fan through some of these pages here. Cool. So later I'll go through and decide what I want to throw away, what I want to keep. But I'm pleased that I bought this. If nothing else, it was fun for the mystery of it all. Okay, we have now a very large package. This is quilts, squares, fabric pieces, embellishments, and instructions. And I saw some other things in here as well. So we got just this big mixed bag of quilt stuff. And the lady at the store, she goes, "Are you going to finish this quilt?" And I said, "I hope to." And she looked at me and she goes, "That was the wrong answer." And I said, "Oh, yeah, yes, ma'am. I mean, yes, I'll do it today." And then I promptly came home and took a nap. So, you know, you see how well that plan went. But we were both just laughing about unfinished projects. She's like, "I've got like at least 24 unfinished projects in my basement where I craft." And I'm like, "Yeah, I have probably at least that many easily." So let's dig in and see what's in this pack. Alright, we'll start with this stack and then go back to the what's in the rest. A lovely embroidered piece with some cute chickens, an egg, and it says "Welcome to our nest." And I can see that there is still some lines in the pattern that are meant to be sewn over, so this would actually be really easy to finish. I just need to find a piece of fabric to stitch down for this egg. And then I have tons of embroidery thread I could go through and do these little lines here. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of fabrics here in the blues, which I love, and some of you might have seen my project where I had a blue journal and then made it more blue by boiling it in cabbage water. That was so fun. Okay, so let's see what we've got. This is a nice navy fabric, big piece here. Oh, and we've got some already quilted pieces. Okay, so this would be easy to actually sew these pieces together because they're already quilted, front and back. We've got a tree and some hills, and some more hills with like a sun going down, and the moon. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to do something with these. Maybe make like a wall hanging for my office or my craft room or something. This lighter blue fabric feels kind of like a sheet, like a really light sheet. It's very thin fabric. We've got some Aida cloth, which is what you cross stitch on. A couple of pieces of that. I've told you before about how I worked at a cross stitch company, right? We've got these strips. Okay, I think we've got a valance here, and then these might have been some ties or sashes that go with the valance or curtains. Yeah, here's the backing here and the hoops where you'd hang it up. And this shiny blue fabric. This is actually the exact color blue of my niece's leather dress that my mom's been making, and it has this gorgeous fringe on it, and oh. If I have a picture of it, maybe I'll insert it here and I'll put like a smiley face over my niece's face or something because I don't want to show her. But yeah, it's gorgeous. This fabric, we've got some light stripes in the background and then some big flowers. This reminds me of my Aunt Sonia's house. Like, in the 90s there was this like design era of very pastels with big florals and stuff, and she's such a good decorator. Like, her house had all these beautiful pastel colors, and then she's redone it a couple of times because she's such a good decorator. Like, she kind of goes through the trends and stuff. But I remember, I think it was some pillows on her couch had something very similar to this. I'm just thinking about many aunts today, I guess. Ooh, we've got some more quilted pieces. Cool. I'm not sure why they had quilted pieces in these oblong shapes. Maybe they were going to be like cushion covers or something. One more piece of big fabric here. Very translucent. And we've got these pretty blue florals. I'm not sure how much of this fabric is actual quilting fabric, but we're not going to plan on making a quilt anyway, right? I mean, yeah. So, in my country garden, I think this is where we get the quilting pieces and instructions. And look, we have a fun tin. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. Okay, so we've got a picture of this lady. I'm assuming this is the lady who made the pieces. I'm not sure. Let's see what this says. Hello to everyone who will work on my quilt. Let me tell you a bit about myself. I live in Morgan. Okay, I know where Morgan is. With my great husband Ralph and my weird cat Kirby. Ralph and I have 3 daughters and 7 grandchildren. I like to read, garden, bake, travel, and enjoy my family. I also love to quilt. My favorite quilts are scrappy and one of a kind. This quilt was started as a round robin project last year, and it's just so darn cute that I don't want to stop. So what I would like you to do is continue making garden blocks for me, any size, using any fabric. Please do observe the following. Backgrounds don't need to be white. Any color is good. Use only off-whites, no bright whites. Use any bright pastels, but no really darks or neons, please. The narrow strip of green is the fabric that will be used as sashing between the blocks. If you choose to do applique, do hand applique only, please. Also, only hand embroidering. Please sign your block somewhere. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out about this. This is so cool. I'm enclosing a little sketch of what the quilt might look like when assembled, and also a list of ideas for blocks. I plan to make a picket fence border to finish the quilt. Above all, have fun with this project. I can hardly wait to see all the wonderful creative blocks you make. Oh, one more thing. Please keep the scale fairly small. I don't want this quilt to get real big. That was written in 1996. Looks like I'm going to have a good size quilt after all. Thanks, Rebecca. All right, and now we have a note in new handwriting. Let's see. I guess I know when I'm going too slow. It's when I get the next month's package in the mail before I've even finished the previous month's block. I'm proud to say that it's February 21st. I'm mailing this off. It's been a busy month with our baby Claire arriving on February 10th. Aw. The block I chose to do is called Ohio Rose. I have roses all over my yard. They're my favorite flower in the garden. I'm really enjoying this quilting experience. I've even started extra blocks for my own quilt when it's returned. Thank you for including me, Liz. Okay, so this must have been like a collaborative project with several different quilters that each started something and passed it around between each other. That's so cool. So this picture fell off, and it says, "This is the most acceptable picture I could find. This is my 2-year-old Liesel who doesn't open her eyes for pictures." Oh, cute. Then we have a typed note. That's smart. I enjoyed staying home to do my creative work, frequently receiving inspiration and calmness from my garden. I love working in several mediums such as calligraphy, painting, pottery, and quilting, to name a few. I have won some awards, taught, and traveled. I just like being involved in the art world. I have 1 husband, 7 children. My oldest was killed. And my youngest is autistic. 2 grandsons, and I take care of my bedroom mother, all of whom on most days I adore. Thank you for your creative work on my round robin quilt, Laura. And then she's added a handwritten note. The little butterflies I did not do, but I have a few from somewhere. Just thought I would share. Now she's added the year 1996, so we can assume that this is when this project was done. And there's a picture here. Oh, this is a picture of this lady. Okay, Sylvia. I have a wonderful husband and 3 teenagers. I am a native Utah. I have been quilting for about 2 years. I also enjoy knitting, crocheting, and cross stitch. I am not working outside the home right now. I had hoped it would give me more time for quilting. It is still too early to tell. I hope you enjoy the Garden Lady block. It seems to me that you need someone to tend your garden. Okay, is this boring to you guys that I'm reading out all of these? Because I'm loving it. If you don't want to hear all of these, you can fast forward until you don't see this booklet anymore, I guess. Dear Rebecca, what a great month to get to work on your quilt. I love your theme. My daughter is also working on a garden quilt similar to yours, so she loved looking at yours. On your block, usually I would trim off about another inch, but I'm leaving it on so you can trim the size you need. I'll tell you a little bit myself. I have been quilting for about 8 years, and this is my first round robin. So far, it's been real fun. I am the mother of 2 and the grandmother of 2. I babysit my 2 grandsons once a week, and it's a lot of fun. They're 2 and 6 years old. I also love to travel. Last year, I went to Europe. The picture is our hotel in Berlin. Cool. I also collect dolls and antiques. I like to go camping with my family. Denise. Next note. Rebecca, I love your gardening theme. I think the blocks have all turned out so well. I hope you like the turtle, ladybug, and sunshine. All gardeners need all three, although mine doesn't have the turtle. Please chop the border off the sunshine and trim it to the size you want. I put it on so all the bias edges wouldn't stretch out of shape. Enjoy. Even though you don't want to share this state project next year, you really need to. We know you love it, right? You can't stop now. Just when things are heating up. It's been great getting to know you through quilting. Just think without it we probably would never have met. Thanks for your friendship and for your confidence in allowing me to work on your projects. Until later, Kay Evans. She's from Ogden. I know Ogden. I've been there many times. Okay, so I have to pause for a second because what she was saying to her friend Rebecca, like, that's how I feel about Janie, about Barbara, Louisa, like, all these amazing people that I have met through junk journaling. So cool. And I think this is the last one. Dear Rebecca, wow, what a great idea. I loved working on this and enjoying seeing all of the darling blocks you received. This has been my first round robin and I'm so glad I participated. Getting to know you has been so much fun. Be sure to let me see the finished project. Happy quilting, Dorothy. Wow, okay. So I think this is Rebecca's sketch for what she wanted her quilt to be. And she's got like some little ideas for blocks. So she's not saying like this is what you have to do. She's written what the quilt might look like, and she's just given some ideas in case people in the round robin are not sure what to make. I'm so happy I bought this. I'm just like loving this idea. Okay. Oh, we've got some book pages. This frog. Not sure why there's a plastic baggie there. Another, oh, toad, excuse me, not frog. Okay, this is, looks like some pattern and instructions for the quilt project itself. We've got this green fabric she mentioned. Oh, I think I see some bees. Look at this. Maybe not bees, little bugs. Their wings are done in different colors. Oh! Oh my heavens. That's so cute. We have this trim that's embroidered, little girls watering flowers. Oh, I see some more of these little bugs. Okay, so this is a piece of fabric that's got the embroidered bugs, and then what we saw earlier, they'd cut into squares. Okay. Some scrappy bits, cute flowers. So my brain's already thinking of some possibilities for some of these pieces. Alright, I think we're going to get into the blocks here. Ooh, look at this cute tree. Oh, darling. Birdhouse with some fabric creeping up. And look, we have the little, what are these called? I know what they're called, but I can't think of them. Okay, the word kind of popped into my head for half a second and then flew away again. But yo-yos, thank you. That's what they are. Oh, look at this. It's got little gardening charms on it. It says basil. Oh, that's so cute. Many years ago, I had a student named Basil, and I happened to have a cookbook at school that was full of like soup recipes, right? And one day he had like finished his assignment and he was kind of being a nuisance, and so I said, "Come here, Basil, take this cookbook and see if you can find yourself." Which I thought was a genius joke, and nobody got it. Oh, these are so cute. The wagon and ladybug. Oh, goodness. Craftoween, here we come. Look at that little spider charm on the web. We got some boots. Little leather pieces here. Butterfly. Butterfly. Cute bird. An Easter basket. I think it goes like this. Tulips. Excuse me. Oh, we got a bonnet with some like little ties that hang down. Aww. Oh, I have an idea for this one. Ooh, this lady's done some folding and stuff to go with the sunshine. Cool. And they've like signed their names on their pieces, which I think is very cool. They have a tree. Squirrel. Flowers and hearts and fun things. Rainbow. For some reason, the little jingle for reading Rainbow popped into my head. And I'm like, butterflies in the sky. I can fly twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, the reading rainbow. Okay, I think this is meant to be some little clouds. Oh, she's got a paper pen. Yeah, this block will have rain quilted in. Ah, I see what she did. Watering pot with a little bird. Watering can, I guess is what it's called. I kind of feel bad that I'm gonna like use the pieces of this to create something else, but that's what I do. This lady's working in her garden. Aww. Little cabin. That's darling. And we have a, is that meant to be upside down pot? Yeah, I think the pot's meant to be upside down, and then we have the trowel and then some little flowers here. Oh, that's so cool. I am so glad that I got this because of this collaborative quilt thing going on. I have been very interested in collaborative art recently. You guys may have saw my video where I did the kind of collage background, looks like a masterboard kind of thing, and our art teacher's going to paint on it and stuff. So, and Janie and I are working on something. I'm just like, yeah, I'm really into that kind of stuff right now. So that's amazing. Last but not least, we have this tin, and we've got some cute animals on it. Is this meant to be like a toy Noah's Ark? Because we've got 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, maybe? Let's see what's inside. Oh. Okay. Little treasures. A ladybug. A tomato. This little piece of fabric that has ants on it. A book page with worms for some reason. Little charms. I love the cards that these are on. And this says lemon, and this one's cherry. Beets and sunflowers. So I wonder if these are little things she was going to applique onto the quilt when it was all done. Sunshine. This is a button. There. We got some gold flowers, like pearl centers, plant and some gardening gloves, garden hose. You know, when I was checking out at the thrift store, the lady's like, so I was wondering why the 10 thing was in there, and then I opened it and I said, wait, don't tell me. I don't want to know yet. And she goes, what do you mean? So I explained to her, well, I'm going to put this in a YouTube video when I want to open this up on camera and be surprised. And she goes, oh, well, in that case, I'll just tell you, you're going to love it. These are little carrots, and it looks like they're earrings, so I'm guessing she was going to take the earring backs off of them and add them to the quilt. Okay, we've got an owl button. little charms of a birdhouse and a wheelbarrow. And some acorns. And then these flat gold pieces. It might be easier if I just hold this up. Oh, no sliding. So we got some gardening tools and then this little pot of flowers. And these can all go right back in here. So I might have to make a gardening junk journal just for all of this stuff. I'm not going to keep this book page with the worms. I'm sorry. I just don't need it. We made it through the thrifting haul. This was so much fun. And, you know, sometimes thrifting can be like a real hit or miss. But I feel like I've been very lucky the last few times I've gone. And the store that I went to, it's called New to You. And the lady that works there, she's so delightful, and she always asks me, oh, what are you going to make with this? What do we make with this? And we have such a fun conversation. And then she goes, okay, here's your total. And I'm always baffled by like how little it costs. But anyway, it's time for me to go, and I'm sure that you've got other things to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading, crafting, or journaling. Adios.